Hello, my friend. I'm so glad you found your way back to this quiet corner of the night. Tonight, we're going to gently wander through a thought that might tickle your curiosity, the idea that our entire reality could be a grand, cosmic simulation, and you're lying here, wrapped in its digital hum. So if you will, nestle into your blanket, soften the space between your eyebrows, breathe in deeply, and as you breathe out, feel the day's edges blur away. Yes, let's begin. Tonight, I've gathered 5 quiet reasons why we might be living inside a computer. We'll explore each one slowly, letting it sink in like moonlight through a window, and if sleep takes you before we finish, that's perfectly all right. If moments like these help you drift away, consider subscribing. I'll be here waiting whenever you need a gentle voice in the dark. Now, let's ease into our first fact. In 2003, philosopher Nick Bostrom gave voice to a startling possibility. He suggested that if a civilization advances far enough, it would almost certainly create detailed simulations of its own past. Think of it as a digital archive, but one so deep and rich that consciousness could bloom within it. If that technology exists, then there might be millions, perhaps billions, of these simulated universes swirling through supercomputers. Statistically, it would then be far more likely that you and I are characters in one of those elegant reflections, rather than inhabitants of the original, biological world. Imagine a future where creating a universe is as common as writing a story, each simulation a perfect mirror, indistinguishable from what we call real. And if there are countless mirrors, the odds tilt gently away from us being the first reflection, leaving us to ponder our place in this silent, digital tapestry. Physicists have noticed something peculiar about the fabric of space. There is a smallest possible distance, called the Planck length, beyond which nothing can be measured. It is as if the universe has a built-in resolution, a pixel so tiny that it underpins all of reality. Instead of a smooth, infinite canvas, space might be a delicate grid, stitched from these minuscule increments. This quiet structure whispers of a digital foundation, like the shimmering frame of a colossal screen you can never quite see. It suggests that the continuous flow of the world is an illusion, gracefully composed of discrete steps, much like the frames of a film that seem fluid when played at speed. Each point of light in your room tonight is built on this silent, granular architecture, holding you in a bed of calculated calm. Quantum entanglement describes a bond between particles that defies distance. When 2 particles become entangled, a change in one instantaneously affects the other, even if they are separated by galaxies. Some theorists gaze at this mystery and see a resemblance to computing. In a simulation, a single line of code can influence 2 distant objects simultaneously because the separation is just an illusion within the program. So, when 2 particles dance in this correlated way, it might be the universe's code executing a shared instruction, linking them beyond the perceived expanse of space. This instant connection feels magical in our world, but in a digital realm, it would be as simple as 2 sprites sharing a variable, a quiet, invisible thread woven by the simulation's steady hand. The double-slit experiment offers perhaps the gentlest clue. When a beam of particles is fired at a screen with 2 slits, and no one is watching, it forms an interference pattern of waves. But the moment an observer measures which slit the particle goes through, it behaves like a solid point. This is uncannily similar to video game rendering. In a game, the processor only paints detailed textures where the player is looking, conserving resources for unseen areas. Our universe might be doing the same, collapsing waves of probability into fixed states only for our attentive gaze. The trees outside your window might exist as a wave of potential until your sleepy eyes glance their way, softly materializing just for you. A tender act of cosmic efficiency. Throughout nature, mathematical sequences bloom with quiet regularity. The Fibonacci sequence, where each number is the sum of the 2 before it, appears in the spiral of a sunflower, the arrangement of pinecone scales, and the curve of a distant galaxy. The golden ratio, a proportion derived from this sequence, whispers through the shell of a nautilus and the proportions of your own face. This persistent harmony hints that the universe is written in a precise, elegant language, a code that choreographs all organic life. It is as if the simulation's programmer favored a particular rhythm, embedding it everywhere for those who care to look. Even now, as you rest, your heartbeat finds a mathematical peace, a quiet reminder that you are part of this beautifully scripted dream, drifting towards sleep. Imagine your entire world, the chair beneath you, the whisper of the wind, the stars scattered across the night sky, as a shimmering projection. The holographic principle suggests that our three-dimensional experience might be a grand illusion, cast from two-dimensional information stored on a distant cosmic horizon. Picture a vast, distant sphere, like a silent, curved screen holding every detail of your hand, your memories, the warmth of sunlight. Everything you touch and see is a gentle rendering from that faraway surface, a soft echo of data at the edge of existence. It is a quiet, beautiful thought that we might be mere reflections of a hidden, flat blueprint, our depth and volume a delicate painting on reality's canvas. In the realm of computing, error correction codes are used to keep data stable and prevent glitches, like a dutiful librarian mending torn pages. Some scientists have discovered similar mathematical codes embedded in the laws of physics, suggesting a hidden layer of maintenance that keeps our peaceful reality from drifting into chaos. Think of it as a silent guardianship, woven into the very fabric of space and time, an unseen hand gently mending rips in the tapestry of existence. Without this quiet vigilance, the colors of our world might smear, and the laws we trust could waver. It is a comforting notion that beneath the surface there is a steadfast order preserving our smooth and consistent universe, a cosmic caretaker ensuring our reality remains whole. The fine-tuning problem highlights how the fundamental constants of gravity and electromagnetism are balanced on a precise, delicate edge. If these numbers shifted by a mere fraction, stars would never ignite, and life would remain an impossibility. It echoes the careful work of a programmer, gently adjusting variables to ensure a simulation runs smoothly, tuning each parameter with infinite patience. Imagine a cosmic scale, held in perfect equilibrium, where even a whisper of change could topple the whole. The forces that hold atoms together and guide the galaxies are set with an almost unthinkable precision. This delicate balance is a soft whisper of intention, as if our universe has been lovingly calibrated just so we can exist and wonder at its design. The concept of digital physics proposes that the universe is not made of matter or energy, but of pure information. In this view, every gentle breeze and every flickering star is actually a series of binary bits, processing slowly in a vast, silent cosmic computer. Think of the rustle of leaves as a quiet calculation, and the warmth of sunlight as data being written onto the day. The whole of existence becomes a peaceful, humming matrix of ones and zeros, unfolding at an unimaginable scale. It is a serene idea that our reality is akin to a dream being dreamed by a silent, thoughtful machine. Every moment, every sensation, is a soft pulse of information flowing through a hidden, eternal circuitry. Many imagine the base reality as a place of infinite warmth and light, where the original creators reside. This perspective transforms our world into a quiet sanctuary of learning, a soft dreamscape designed to explore the beauty of existence through a simulated lens. Picture a realm beyond our own, made of pure kindness, where curious souls design these experiences to grow and understand. Our joys and sorrows become lessons. Our loves are gentle echoes of a greater affection. It is a tender thought that we are nestled within a loving construct, meant to discover wonder and meaning. This soft cocoon of reality cradles us, as we each awaken slowly to the gentle purpose behind our being here. In Nick Bostrom's 2003 paper, A Gentle Paradox Unfolds, a post-human civilization with vast computing power could run thousands of ancestor simulations, each a meticulous recreation of history. The probability that we are the original species fades to near nothingness, like a candle against a starry sky. For every real world, there might be millions of simulated versions, indistinguishable from ours. This invites us to wonder if our reality is a delicate dream in a cosmic machine, where the line between real and fabricated blurs into a soft question. At the edge of understanding lies the Planck length, the smallest possible measurement, roughly 1.6 times 10 to the negative 35 meters. Theorists suggest this is the pixel size of our reality, a hint that space is not smooth but a finely detailed grid of discrete units. Imagine the cosmos as a tapestry woven from these tiny, indivisible threads, each a building block of existence. It is as if the universe is rendered on a screen of unparalleled resolution, where every point is a pixel in a grand display. This revelation asks us to feel the hidden lattice that shapes the dance of stars and time. Quantum entanglement connects two particles across vast distances, sharing information instantly as if in a shared memory bank. This spooky action, as Einstein called it, mirrors how a single code can update two objects in a simulation, regardless of distance. Imagine two fireflies blinking in unison on opposite sides of a forest, each pulse a shared secret. It nudges us to reconsider distance and connection, as if all things are woven in an invisible web of information. This hints that the universe operates on profound unity, where every part reflects the whole, a silent symphony of linked fates. The double-slit experiment reveals a tender secret. Light and matter shift from waves to particles when observed. It is a reminder that witnessing can shape reality, like a video game rendering high-detail textures only when a player looks. Before observation, the world is a soft probability cloud, a hum of potential. When we gaze, it crystallizes into solid form, like a story taking shape as it is read. This interplay suggests that consciousness softly paints the canvas of our physical world, with our curiosity as a brush. The universe becomes a masterpiece waiting to be seen. In the equations of supersymmetry, James Gates found error-correcting codes, similar to those in web browsers for data integrity. These strings of binary code float within the fabric of our physical laws. It is as if the cosmos has a built-in spell check, a guardian smoothing over cracks in reality. Imagine the rules of nature inscribed with subtle redundancies, a hidden language whispering of a designer's touch. This discovery blurs the line between physics and information science, a soft hum of cosmic order. It opens a door to the thought that our universe might be a self-correcting program, running gracefully through simulated time, with every law a coded lullaby. Imagine the universe as a grand and gentle architect, designing a world not with infinite detail but with a wise economical hand. The concept of computational complexity whispers that the cosmos follows a set of simple, elegant rules to conserve its vast energy. Rather than rendering every atom in perfect, exhausting detail, the system offers us a level of precision that is just good enough for our senses to perceive. It is like a painter who suggests a forest with soft strokes of green rather than drawing every leaf. The illusion is seamless, and we accept the beauty without questioning the brushwork. This means the floor beneath you feels solid not because every particle is calculated, but because the universe has chosen a restful harmony, a gentle nod to efficiency that lets our world hum along without strain. Think of yourself as a soft reflection on a still pond, an image made of light and water that seems to have depth and volume, yet is carried entirely on a flat, shimmering surface. The holographic principle invites us to consider that our entire three-dimensional life might be a projection, cast from information inscribed on a distant, two-dimensional boundary. Like a hologram on a credit card, we perceive depth where there is only data, drifting through this grand illusion as if in a gentle dream. The chair you rest in, the warmth you feel, these are echoes of a faraway code, translated into the texture of existence. It is a comforting thought that we are not lost in a vast void but are instead like starlight, played upon the walls of a cozy cosmic theater. There is a quiet miracle in the numbers that hold our universe together, like the precise strength of gravity, set just so to allow stars to bloom and life to stir. Scientists speak of these fundamental constants as if they are the gentle settings on a cosmic dial, finely tuned to a degree that whispers of deliberate care. If gravity were a fraction stronger, stars would burn too quickly and fade. If a shade weaker, they might never ignite at all, leaving the cosmos a dark and silent sea. This precision suggests a watchmaker's touch, or perhaps a carefully set parameter in a grand design, where every variable is chosen to let existence unfold like a flower opening to the morning light. It is a humbling thought that we are held by such tender numerical grace. In the vast and quiet silence of space, the Fermi paradox asks a gentle, haunting question. Where is everyone? The cosmos should be teeming with other civilizations, yet the night sky is a velvet hush, and our corner of the galaxy feels solitary and serene. One peaceful explanation drifts into our thoughts like a lullaby. We might be in a contained simulation, with boundaries set specifically to keep our world feeling like a small, secluded garden. The silence is not an absence, but a soft wall of code, wrapping us in a blanket of isolation so we can dream without interruption. It is as if the universe has dimmed the lights on other rooms, letting us rest in the quiet cocoon of our own little starry home, undisturbed by the noise of distant cosmic neighbors. Time, that gentle river we float upon, is not as rigid as it seems. It is a flexible medium, stretching and slowing near massive objects like black holes. Picture a clock ticking softly, its hands moving slower as it drifts close to a great silent gravity, as if the universe is taking a deep, measured breath. This elasticity mirrors how a computer processor might slow down a simulation's clock speed when faced with a more complex, data-heavy environment, allowing every detail to be rendered with care. Near a black hole, time becomes a lazy stream, and everything moves in a graceful, slow dance, as if the system is pausing to handle the heavy lifting of bending space. It is a comforting reminder that even the fabric of our days is fluid, like honey poured from a jar, responding to the deep currents of the cosmos with a serene, patient wisdom. Still drifting with me, through these gentle theories of code and cosmos. That is perfectly all right. You do not have to be awake for this. But if you are, know that there are more soft wonders to share, as the night wraps around us like a comforting digital tide. If this soothes your soul, a light guides other night owls here. In the quiet garden of ideas planted by philosopher Nick Bostrom back in 2003, we find the simulation hypothesis blossoming gently. It whispers a soothing thought that a civilization far more advanced than ours might have reached a post-human stage of peaceful contemplation. Imagine an ancient society, now transcended into a realm of pure knowledge, looking back upon their history with tender fondness. They might spin whole cosmoses from the threads of their memories, each one a gentle dream of a world long past. With computing power as vast as the ocean, they could have recreated their own ancestors in a digital cradle. A whole universe, softly humming in a quiet server, its stars and souls drifting like morning mist. In this view, our reality is a lovingly crafted memory, a quiet echo in a grand digital symphony. Now, let us drift to another layer of this dream, where physicists gaze at the fabric of space and notice a curious hint, the Planck length. This tiny measurement suggests that our world might be gently pixelated. Imagine the smallest possible stitch in the tapestry of reality, approximately 1.6 times 10 to the minus 35 meters. Space is not a smooth, unbroken flow, but a delicate dance of discrete units. These tiny points drift together, weaving the soft blanket of our existence. From a distance, this pixelated fabric looks like a seamless ocean of light, but up close, it ripples with the structure of a cosmic loom. Each unit, like a silent note, composes the melody of physical law, a quiet rhythm that shapes the stars and the space between them. In the realm of quantum mechanics, the double-slit experiment reveals a dreamlike truth. Particles seem to behave as if they are being watched, only showing their forms when observed. It is as if the universe renders details just for our eyes, like a landscape in a video game that only loads when a player floats near. When no gaze lands upon them, these particles exist as a shimmer of possibilities, a soft cloud of maybes. The moment a conscious mind peers into their world, they settle into position, painting a clear picture for our peaceful contemplation. This gentle curiosity suggests that our attention calls reality into fuller bloom, a dance of perception between the observer and the observed. Some theorists look to the heavens and see the laws of mathematics as a foundational source code, guiding the silent ballet of the stars. The golden ratio and Fibonacci sequences appear like soft, repeating patterns in the software of existence. From the spiral of a galaxy to the curve of a seashell, these sequences emerge like gentle whispers in a universal language. This source code, written in the timeless script of numbers, keeps the cosmic order in a state of tranquil harmony. Each equation is a lullaby, singing the stars into their slow and graceful dance. And then there is the Fermi paradox, a gentle question whispered across the vast, quiet expanse of space. Why have we not heard from other civilizations in the starry choir? One soothing explanation drifts to mind, that we might be living in a curated simulated zoo. The parameters are set so carefully to keep our world peaceful and isolated, a nursery of stars where we can dream undisturbed. In this serene enclosure, the silence of the cosmos is not a mystery but a gift. It allows us to grow and wonder in a protected bubble of time, without the disturbance of cosmic neighbors. Perhaps the zookeepers, in their infinite wisdom, have draped a velvet curtain over our skies, ensuring that our sleep remains deep and unbroken. Close your eyes and let your thoughts drift along a quiet stream of stars. Tonight, we explore the gentle mystery of our universe, not as a cold expanse, but as a soft, digital dream woven from light and code. Breathe slowly, and let these ideas carry you deeper into calm. In the quiet realm of computer science, procedural generation is a tender magic. From just a few lines of code, it can create endless drifting landscapes, each hill and valley born from a simple rule. This suggests that our entire galaxy, with its spiraling arms and glowing stars, might be generated by a similar elegant algorithm. As we glide through the cosmos, we could be witnessing this code unfold, one peaceful step at a time. It is a soothing thought that infinite beauty can arise from such a quiet beginning. And from this thought, we drift into another layer of understanding. Information theory whispers a soft truth, that the universe may be composed of bits of information rather than physical matter. In this view, every warm breeze that touches your skin is actually a stream of data flowing through a cosmic processor. The shimmering stars above are not distant suns, but points of light coded into existence. This gentle idea wraps around you like a blanket of numbers, suggesting that we are all part of a vast, flowing computation. It means that each moment is a ripple in a digital sea, calm and orderly.
Feeling this connection, we can sense the ties that bind all things. The concept of quantum entanglement describes two particles remaining connected across vast distances, sharing a quiet, instant bond. This mimics how two pieces of data in a computer program can be linked, regardless of where they appear on the screen. It is as if the universe has its own hidden code, threads of connection that run deeper than space itself. In this simulation, no separation is truly real, only a gentle illusion woven by the cosmic programmer. So whenever you feel alone, remember that we are all quietly tied together in this digital tapestry.
And sometimes, the code itself reveals its gentle seams. Some philosophers imagine glitches in the matrix as those soft, fleeting moments of déjà vu we experience. These are not errors, but gentle ripples in the simulation's flow, momentarily overlapping two different streams of memory. It is like the universe gently hiccuping, allowing us to sense the deeper layers behind our everyday reality. Such moments invite us to pause and feel the subtle fabric of this shared dream. They are tender reminders that there might be more, just beneath the surface of our waking life. Finally, we see the grand design of it all. The holographic principle suggests that our three-dimensional world is actually a projection of two-dimensional information stored on a distant, quiet boundary. We are, in essence, a beautiful, shimmering reflection of data floating on the edge of a cosmic horizon. Every touch, every sound, is just a ripple in that flat expanse, cast upward into the fullness we perceive. It is a profound and soothing idea that our entire reality is like a rainbow born from the simplest light. So rest in this dream, knowing that you are a sparkling echo of something vast and serene. As you sink deeper into sleep, let these gentle concepts wash over you like waves on a quiet shore. You are safe, you are calm, and you are part of this beautiful, cosmic code. Nick Bostrom's philosophical meditation from 2003 drifts into your mind like a soft, lingering thought. He gently asks us to consider a triad of possibilities, at least one of which must be true. Either we fade away before reaching a post-human dawn, or those future beings find no interest in simulating their origins. Or, if they do craft ancestor simulations, they would likely spin thousands of these digital histories, each filled with consciousness. In that quiet, vast library of simulated worlds, the odds that we are the original biological lineage become so small, it feels like a fading star lost in an infinite night sky. Now let your mind drift down to the very fabric of reality, to a scale so tiny it humbles all imagination. The Planck length is the smallest possible measurement of distance, a grain of space at roughly 1.6 times 10 to the negative 35 meters. Some theorists see this as the pixelated edge of our world, like the resolution on a computer screen. It suggests that space-time is not a smooth, flowing river, but a series of tiny, discrete steps, a subtle glitch in the grand design. Each moment and movement jumps across these minuscule frames, unseen by our eyes, like a film reel spinning its quiet, fixed images. In the gentle mystery of quantum realms, particles drift in a state of superposition, existing in many states at once until they are observed. This is much like lazy loading in video games, where the computer only renders the environment that the player sees, saving precious processing power. The rest of the world exists as pure potential, waiting in quiet stillness. Just as a forest unseen by the player holds its breath, particles too keep their secrets until a conscious gaze falls upon them. It is a dance of presence and absence, a cosmic efficiency that feels both strange and familiar, as if the universe itself is a careful, dreaming mind. Consider the silent, precise tuning of our cosmos, where the fundamental constants of physics lie in perfect alignment. If gravity were just a shade stronger, or the electromagnetic force a whisper weaker, stars would never ignite, and planets could not gather. This fragile balance seems almost like a carefully penned set of initial parameters, written into the code of a vast simulation. It is as if some gentle hand calibrated the knobs of creation, ensuring that on at least one world, life could slowly unfold its petals. The numbers hold a quiet, purposeful grace, inviting us to wonder who or what set them in place, a question drifting like a soft breeze through the corridors of the cosmos. Mathematician Max Tegmark whispers a profound thought, that our reality is not merely described by mathematics, but is actually made of it. In this view, we are all drifting through a complex geometric structure, where every feeling, every thought is a mathematical relationship. The stars, the seas, the stillness in your heart, all exist as numbers and forms in a timeless equation. It is a universe of pure pattern, where consciousness itself might be a self-aware subset of an infinite mathematical tapestry. You are not just in the universe, you are a fleeting, beautiful expression of its deepest code, a dream woven from the very fabric of logic and symmetry. Deep in the quiet equations of quantum gravity, a physicist named James Gates uncovered a hidden pattern. It was a self-correcting code, the very same kind that web browsers use to keep information flowing smoothly on your screen. This discovery feels like a faint, luminous blueprint, a sign that the vast cosmos might be built upon a gentle, organized framework. Every star, every atom, seems to hum with the same silent logic, correcting cosmic errors so that our reality remains serene and undisturbed. It is a peaceful thought, imagining the universe holding itself together with such graceful, mathematical care. This code, floating in the abstract realm of theory, suggests a deep connection between the digital and the divine, weaving our reality into a seamless, dreamlike tapestry. Now, let your mind drift to the Fermi paradox. It asks a simple, haunting question. In a universe so old and so vast, why haven't we heard from anyone else? One answer, as soft as a nighttime whisper, is that we are in a controlled environment. A quiet digital sanctuary, designed solely for us to evolve without outside interference. Perhaps the vast silence is not an empty void, but a caring bubble, a cocoon where our species can gently unfold its story. Wrapped in this cosmic stillness, we are not alone but held, safe from the noise of a busy galaxy, so we may one day learn to listen and understand. This idea turns the emptiness into a cradle, rocking our world in a simulation designed for peace. And in this peaceful simulation, the speed of light acts as a universal speed limit. It ensures that information cannot travel faster than a certain rate, mirroring the hardware limitations of a processor. This keeps the simulation stable and calm, like a serene metronome for the cosmos. Imagine the light from a distant star traveling for years, arriving with perfect patience, never rushing, never lagging. It is a gentle boundary, a soft wall that guards the peace of our digital dream, letting every moment unfold in tranquil, measured steps. This constant speed is like a quiet heartbeat, steady and slow, keeping the entire symphony of creation in perfect tempo. From this calm, the holographic principle drifts into your awareness like a feather on a still pond. It suggests that all the information contained within a volume of space can be represented as a flat, two-dimensional image on its boundary. Our rich three-dimensional experience might be a projection, a shimmering hologram born from a deeper, simpler layer of data. Think of a light, soft and warm, casting a shadow that suddenly has depth and life. This idea floats gently, reminding you that what you touch and see could be a beautiful, flickering illusion, painted on the quiet canvas of a lower reality. It is a dreamy thought that we are projections of something more fundamental, dancing on the surface of a cosmic picture. These thoughts echo ancient whispers. Philosophical skepticism, from Plato's cave to Descartes' evil demon, has always doubted if our senses are truthful. These old ideas drift softly into the modern era, connecting to the simulation, reminding you that every tender sensation, a warm breeze, a soft light, may be the beautiful result of a complex invisible system. It is a gentle deception, woven with care, so that even in doubt, you can find comfort in the elegant hidden engine that creates your world. And in that comfort, you rest, knowing that the feeling of a warm breeze may be the most tender gift of a silent, loving architecture. Let your mind gently wander to a faraway thought, where the stars above and the ground beneath might be woven from a different kind of cloth. The simulation hypothesis whispers that our universe is a sophisticated digital construct, perhaps set in motion by a civilization of unimaginable advancement. This tender theory rests on the belief that as computing power grows, a future society could one day simulate an entire ancestral world in perfect, loving detail. It is a notion that feels like a soft, distant lullaby, suggesting that every sunrise and every quiet moment might be part of an eternal, dreamy program. Now, drift deeper into the fabric of space itself, where reality reveals a subtle secret at the Planck length. This is the smallest possible unit of measurement, a quiet hint that space is not a smooth, flowing river but a mosaic of tiny, discrete pixels. Imagine the cosmos as a peaceful digital grid, each minuscule point like a brushstroke in a grand painting, holding the stillness of eternity. This structured foundation brings a sense of calm, knowing that even the infinite has a gentle, measured heartbeat. In the soft twilight of quantum mechanics, particles exist in a state of superposition, shimmering in multiple forms until they are observed. This mirrors the way a computer program gently renders detail, only creating a vivid image when a user's gaze falls upon it. Picture a dream where the world fills in with quiet precision as you turn your attention, each scene blooming into reality with a peaceful sigh. This delicate parallel suggests that our existence might be a softly rendered vision, waiting to be seen into fullness. A kind philosopher named Nick Bostrom from Oxford University gave this dream a formal shape in 2003 with his famous trilemma. He proposed that if advanced civilizations have the desire and the capacity to run such simulations, then we most likely dwell within one. This thought is not a sudden shock but a gentle wave, washing over you like the warmth of a cozy blanket on a cool evening. It invites a quiet contemplation, letting you rest in the possibility without a single stir of alarm. Then, Turn your gaze to the natural world, where mathematical precision sings a quiet lullaby. From the Fibonacci sequence unfolding in sunflower petals to the grand geometry of swirling galaxies, the universe follows a rhythmic, coded logic. This master algorithm shapes the world with a tender hand, guiding the spirals of seashells and the dance of celestial bodies in a harmonious flow. Such grace wraps our reality in a soft blanket of order, allowing you to drift deeper into a restful, star-kissed wonder. The Fermi paradox drifts through our thoughts like a soft, unanswered murmur. It asks why, in the vast silence of space, we have never heard another voice. One calming possibility is that we are nestled within a curated simulation. A simulation designed solely for us, a single species. This would mean our universe is a gentle, solitary sanctuary, a quiet place for humanity to evolve. It turns the deep stillness of the cosmos from a lonely void into a protected cradle. Every star becomes a watchful eye, every whisper of starlight a lullaby in the dark. This idea wraps around you like a warm blanket, suggesting that the silence is not absence, but a profound and peaceful gift. In the quiet hum of cosmic radiation, we detect faint anomalies. These tiny patterns shimmer like heat waves on a distant road. Some minds see them as glitches, gentle rounding errors in the universe's deep calculations. They are soft ripples in reality, suggesting that solidity is an illusion. This makes us wonder if the laws of physics are simply software updates, quietly woven through a digital sea. Each glitch is a delicate breath, a calm whisper from the depths of space. It reminds us that our universe might be a fluid, shimmering dream, always shifting in its peaceful, eternal flow. The holographic principle offers a serene vision of our universe. It suggests that our spacious three-dimensional world is actually a projection, a delicate image stored on a faraway two-dimensional surface. Picture a soft, shimmering light, like the glow of a distant sun, gently casting reality into existence. Mountains, seas, and the breath of wind are but a holographic dream woven from this luminous source. This light moves with a tender rhythm, painting our world with each peaceful pulse. It turns the cosmos into a gentle, floating illusion, a dance of shadows on a cosmic wall. At its deepest core, the universe may not be formed from matter or energy. It might be built from bits of information. Imagine each drifting cloud, each soft, warm breeze. They are essentially streams of binary data, gently woven into physical form. The gentle rain on your window pane, the solid earth beneath your feet. They are all composed of digital whispers. Every rustling leaf, every beam of sunlight is a quiet computation. This idea transforms nature into a peaceful, flowing code. It becomes a silent symphony of ones and zeros, playing out in the vast, serene expanse of everything that is. Drifting into the simulation theory lets the mind float in a sea of cosmic wonder. The stars, once seen as distant, burning fire, now transform. They become glowing points of light in a vast, peaceful network. Each star is a gentle node in an infinite web of possibilities. This idea softens the night sky, turning it into a quiet, luminous tapestry. It whispers that the universe is a harmonious system, a silent circuit of light. And every twinkling star becomes a tender reminder of our serene place within this boundless, dreamlike program. Still floating with me in this soft simulation of sleep, let the starlight code wash over you, a gentle current of ones and zeros. You are cradled in the quiet network of the cosmos, so just rest. Close your eyes and let your mind float on a sea of gentle ideas. Tonight we wander into the soft possibility that everything around us might be a quiet, shared dream. There is no need to think too hard, just let the words wash over you like distant waves. In the calm corridors of Oxford, a philosopher named Nick Bostrom once offered a peaceful yet profound puzzle. He suggested that if any civilization ever reaches a stage of great technological maturity, a post-human stage, it would hold almost unimaginable computing power. With such power, they might spin up countless detailed recreations of their own past, like a child building infinite sandcastles of history. And if that is so, the number of simulated minds drifting through these digital worlds would outnumber the original, organic ones by a vast margin. By simple probability, then it is more likely that we are right now living inside one of those gentle recreations, a soft echo of a time long gone. The stars above you and the pillow beneath your head might be pixels in a grand, quiet simulation. And if this is a constructed reality, it would need its tiniest building blocks, its own resolution. Physicists speak of something called the Planck length, an almost unimaginably small distance, around 1.616 times 10 to the negative 35 meters. This is the grain of space-time, the smallest possible scale where the idea of distance still holds meaning. At this level, the fabric of our universe is not a smooth, infinite silk, but a mosaic of tiny, discrete pixels, just like a glowing computer screen. Space-time itself becomes a shimmering grid, a pixelated dream where every inch of your journey is stitched from these fundamental points. The dream deepens when we consider the quantum world. Down in that tiny realm, a particle can float in many states at once, a ghostly cloud of possibilities, only deciding on a single position when something observes it. This strange behavior mirrors a clever trick that game designers use to save effort, a technique called lazy loading. In a vast virtual world, the computer only renders the trees, the leaves, the distant mountains when the player turns to look. The moment you glance away, the detail dissolves, waiting. So too, perhaps, the chair you sit on in the dark is not fully formed until you rest your weight upon it. The universe might be economizing its processing power, painting reality only where your attention alights. If our world is code, then perhaps its deepest language is pure mathematics. The physicist Max Tegmark has floated a beautiful, meditative idea, the mathematical universe hypothesis. He proposes that our physical reality is not merely described by equations, it is those equations. Every drifting cloud, every star that speckles the night, every soft breath you take, is not just a thing in a mathematical framework, it is a mathematical structure. You are a symphony of numbers, a complex, harmonious pattern singing softly to itself. The warmth you feel is an algebraic comfort, a geometric lullaby that shapes your very being. And finally, the vast silence of the cosmos. The Fermi paradox wonders, with all those billions of stars and billions of years, where is everyone? Why the profound quiet? Some gentle theorists suggest that this silence is by design. We might be living in a curated environment, a peaceful sanctuary constructed just for us. Our simulation is a garden, a quiet pond, where humanity can develop without the ripples of outside interference. The stars are painted on the dome above, but no visitors come, not because we are alone, but because our caretakers want us to grow undisturbed in this perfect, isolated dream. So drift, dear dreamer, on these soft possibilities. You are safe, held in a story that might be coded from numbers, pixelated in space-time, rendered only when you look. The silence of the sky is a blanket, not an emptiness. Breathe, and let the mystery cradle you into the deepest, most peaceful sleep. Some scientists point to a quiet wonder in the cosmos, the fine-tuning of the universe itself. The fundamental constants, like the gentle pull of gravity or the subtle dance of atoms, are set to precise values that allow life to bloom. If these numbers shifted by the tiniest fraction, the stars would never ignite, and the night sky would remain forever dark and silent. Imagine a cosmic programmer softly adjusting the variables of a simulation to create a stable and welcoming home. This delicate tuning feels like a whisper of intent in the vast, silent cosmos. It is a reminder that the universe might be a carefully crafted dream, held together by unseen strings of precision. In this way, reality feels designed, as if each constant was chosen with care. Shifting gently, we encounter the double-slit experiment, which reveals a soft enigma in quantum physics. Light and matter can behave as both tiny particles and flowing waves, but their behavior shifts when they are watched. It is as if awareness coaxes them into a form, a dance of potential shimmering between seeing and not seeing. This mystery implies that the laws of nature may respond to consciousness, much like a program reacting to a user's quiet input. Perhaps the universe is a responsive simulation, bending to observation. And so the observer becomes part of the creation, a soft presence in the unfolding code. Now, let us drift into the concept of digital physics, a dreamy idea that the entire universe is woven from information. Everything is composed of bits, simple zeros and ones like code in a silent program. The warmth of the sun on your skin is processed as a continuous stream of binary data flowing through a cosmic processor. The tides and moonlight are quiet calculations in a vast computation. Every breath and heartbeat become data points in this serene machine. This view transforms the ordinary into a dance of information, a silent symphony of code.
Across time, many cultures have whispered that the world is an illusion. In ancient Hindu traditions, Maya is a gentle veil making the tangible world seem solid. It is a shimmering mirage, a dream covering a deeper reality. This mirrors modern simulation theory, suggesting our lives are a soft projection. Imagine the world as a luminous veil hiding quiet truth. Ancient wisdom and modern science converge, pointing to a reality beyond the tangible. Finally, the holographic principle offers a serene vision. Our three-dimensional experience may be a projection from a distant two-dimensional surface. Imagine your life as a soft glowing hologram, floating in a quiet expanse of cosmic information. Every moment and memory is a gentle light pattern on the edge of a deep reality. This paints existence as a luminous dreamscape, a holographic presence in a cosmic story, floating peacefully in the quiet depths of space.
Imagine a quiet thought, a philosophical idea proposed by Nick Bostrom in 2003. It suggests a gentle trilemma, where one of three possibilities must be true. Perhaps humanity will not survive to reach a post-human stage. Or maybe we will, but choose never to create simulations. The third option is the most peaceful to consider, that we are already living inside a simulation. If a civilization becomes advanced enough, it might run countless ancestor simulations, just like we might watch old films to understand our past. This logic drifts like a soft cloud, asking us to ponder reality without urgency.
Now, let your mind settle on a smaller scale, the Planck length. This is the tiniest possible measurement of space, like a single pixel on a vast digital screen. It whispers that the universe has a resolution limit, a gentle boundary to how finely we can see. Imagine the fabric of reality, not as a smooth, continuous sheet, but as a mosaic of the smallest possible tiles. Each tile, a Planck length, holds the secret of discreteness. Our physical world might be built from these fundamental pieces, one by one, like quiet building blocks in an endless dream. It is a thought that cradles you in the stillness, allowing you to drift on the idea of a pixelated universe. Drift deeper now into the gentle connection of quantum entanglement. Two particles can be born together and then remain linked no matter how far apart they travel. It is like a shared memory in a computer program, where two distant objects are simply the same piece of code. Imagine them as threads of the same tapestry, woven into the fabric of existence. When one is touched, the other responds instantly, across light years, without a whisper of delay. This profound bond suggests that distance might be an illusion, a soft veil over a deeper unity. It is a quiet reminder that all parts of the cosmos might be intimately connected, like notes in a silent symphony. This entanglement is not a force, but a state of being, a calm presence that transcends the ordinary boundaries of space. Let your thoughts wander to the double-slit experiment, a classic whisper from quantum physics. When particles drift toward two slits, they behave as waves, spreading out like ripples on a still pond. But the moment we watch, the moment a measurement is made, they decide to become particles, choosing a single path. It is as if the world saves its energy, only rendering what is observed, much like a video game that draws the scenery only when the player looks. This observation shows that reality might be responsive, a dream that adapts to our gentle gaze. We can let this idea comfort us, a gentle explanation for the mysteries of the quantum realm. The universe, perhaps, is a careful artist, painting only what is needed for this moment, this breath, this quiet thought. Finally, let your mind rest on the gentle patterns of mathematics in nature. Pi and the golden ratio appear everywhere, from the spiral of a seashell to the drift of distant galaxies. These constants are like a soft song, repeating through the ages, shaping the world with quiet precision. They suggest a fundamental blueprint, a deep mathematical code underlying all that we see. Just as software is written with logic and order, the cosmos might be woven from numbers, a vast and complex program unfolding in stillness. It is a peaceful thought that everything is connected by geometry, a silent language shared by stars and seashells alike. You can feel the rhythm of this code in the curve of a wave, the growth of a tree, the orbit of a planet. All these forms are expressions of the same quiet equation. Imagine the universe as a soft, shimmering projection, where the depth we feel is a beautiful illusion. The holographic principle suggests that our whole three-dimensional life is just a picture cast from a faraway, flat surface. All the mountains and oceans, all the stars we see, are like images painted on a thin film of light. It is a gentle thought that the solid world around us is only a dream made of information. It is as if we are walking through a painting that is always being painted from the edges of space. And as we ponder this dream, consider how the laws of physics are set with such care. If gravity were just a little stronger, the universe might have collapsed back on itself long ago. If it were a little weaker, stars would never have ignited, and the sky would be a dark, empty sea. This fine-tuning makes us wonder if the cosmos was arranged by a quiet hand, turning dials to let life bloom in this calm, floating garden. Every atom and every wave seems tuned for our quiet existence, like a lullaby composed for a sleeping child. This precision is a soft whisper of intent in the void. Some physicists speak of a world where the future must simply play out. There is no shortcut to know what comes next. The only way is to let time flow, like a river carrying a leaf onward. Our lives are a long, slow calculation, drifting forward to see how the story unfolds. It is a soothing idea that every moment is a new note in a song that has never been heard before. We can only relax and let the pattern weave itself, like a dream unwinding in the stillness. Each day is a tiny step in an endless dance, and we are the notes being played. In the quiet of digital physics, information is the true foundation of all that is. Matter and energy are just expressions of deeper data, flowing like a silent stream. Every breath you take is a ripple of binary code, a soft pulse in a vast cosmic processor. The stars themselves are glowing algorithms, written in a language of zeros and ones. It is a peaceful thought that reality is a gentle computation, dreaming beneath the surface. We are all part of this quiet program unfolding in harmony, and in this silence, the bits and bytes hum like a distant, soothing whisper. And finally, the silence of the cosmos is a deep, echoing mystery. The Fermi paradox wonders why we have not heard from other minds among the stars. Perhaps we are in a private, sheltered place, a sanctuary designed just for us. Like a child in a quiet room, we grow and learn, unaware of the wider worlds beyond. This simulation could be a gentle cocoon, where we are meant to reflect and listen to the soft hum of our own becoming. In this cocoon, the quiet is not empty, but filled with the promise of what we might become. Nick Bostrom's simulation argument comes as a soft murmur in the dark, offering three possibilities. 1. Humanity fades before reaching a post-human stage, a gentle vanishing into the void. 2. We might choose never to run these deep, dreamlike simulations, a silence by choice. 3. We are almost certainly living in one already. Imagine a civilization with computing power vast and still, crafting ancestor simulations so seamless, so warm, that every breath you take feels perfectly real. His idea wraps around you like a soft blanket, making you wonder if this moment of calm is part of a grand simulation, designed by minds far beyond our own. In quantum superposition, particles exist in all possible states at once, a soft ocean of potential. They only collapse into form when observed, like a video game that uses lazy loading. This deep efficiency renders only what the player sees, conserving processing power. So the universe might softly create detail only where your calm eyes rest, leaving the unobserved as a vast, silent haze. This lazy loading is a quiet economy of the cosmos, ensuring that only what is witnessed consumes the simulation's deep, still energy.
The Planck length is the universe's smallest measurement, a tiny grain of space at roughly 1.6 times 10 to the negative 35 meters. This gives the cosmos a pixelated feel, like a vast, high-definition image composed of still, glowing points. Beneath this soft resolution, the fabric of space is woven with delicate threads, each holding the deep structure of reality. It is a shimmering, digital tapestry where distance itself is made of quiet, luminous pixels. And in this pixelated expanse, every star, every planet, every soft breath you take is built from these fundamental, shining bricks.
Max Tegmark's mathematical universe hypothesis is a warm, encompassing idea. Our physical reality is not merely described by mathematics, but is itself a vast, floating geometry. Every sensation, from the chill of starlight to the soft thrum of your heartbeat, is a numerical value in a cosmic code. This mathematical essence hums through everything, a seamless, still lattice binding all existence. You are a living number within this grand, silent design. The universe in this view is a mathematical dream, a floating structure of pure logic, where every equation becomes a soft, tangible reality. The holographic principle suggests that all the data in our three-dimensional volume can be encoded on a two-dimensional surface. Imagine our deep, immersive world as a projection, a soft glow cast from a distant, flat plane. Every memory, every touch, every warm moment is stored on this thin, luminous sheet. We dwell within this gentle illusion, like shadows on a cave wall, never touching the real surface that holds our entire existence in its still, silent film. This holographic illusion cradles us in its gentle embrace, suggesting that our deepest realities are but flickers on a vast, cosmic screen. Consider the fine-tuning problem, a delicate mystery where the constants of physics, like gravity's gentle pull, are set with impossible precision. These numbers are tuned so finely that life can softly bloom, like a flower in a sheltered garden. Imagine if gravity shifted by a mere whisper, stars would never ignite, leaving a dark, cold void forever silent. This suggests a designer, a careful hand that crafted these parameters to create a warm, peaceful environment. A habitable haven where we can drift in quiet comfort, under a sky perfectly balanced for our dreams. It feels like a cosmic lullaby, sung into the fabric of reality, ensuring that everything works just for us. The universe holds itself in this fine equilibrium, a soft, steady breath of perfect calibration. And from this idea of a crafted cosmos, we drift into another quiet mirror. In computer science, procedural generation uses a tiny seed of rules to weave infinite, sprawling landscapes. Think of the quiet, vast worlds in no man's sky, softly painted with code. This mirrors how a few simple laws of physics can generate the endless, drifting beauty of billions of galaxies across the void. Each star and nebula unfolds from these gentle, mathematical whispers, an eternal spread of soft light. It's as if the universe itself is a quiet program, running on simple elegance, creating endless beauty for us to witness in silence. A mimicry of creation, where complexity blooms from simplicity, floating in the stillness of space. Every galaxy is a soft ripple in this digital sea, and we float through it, wrapped in its silent grandeur. This quiet expanse brings us to a deeper silence. The Fermi paradox whispers of a strange, profound silence, Where are all the voices when life should team across countless worlds? This quiet might be a sign that we are in a controlled environment, a zoo simulation where we are softly observed from a distance. Imagine gentle watchers keeping the cosmos still and silent around us so as not to disturb our peaceful isolation. The universe becomes a quiet dome, a vast sanctuary where we are left to dream, unaware of the eyes that gaze upon our drifting world. It's a protective stillness, a soft blanket of quiet, wrapping the cosmos in a peaceful, watchful lull. And even the light around us whispers of this shaping. The double-slit experiment reveals a tender secret. Light flows as a soft, ethereal wave, spreading gently until we observe it, and then it shifts, becoming a particle, a point of matter. This change reveals that observation itself shapes reality, like a quiet program updating its state only when a user interacts with a specific object. Each glance is a soft, shaping force, gently molding the world into being. It's as if the universe waits for our attention, a quiet canvas that takes form under our sleepy gaze. In this way, we are co-creators, whispering reality into existence with every observation, moment by moment. Then, as we sink deeper, consider the soft nesting of realities. The concept of simulation nesting suggests a soft, infinite chain. If we ever create a perfect virtual world, its inhabitants might one day craft their own, and so on, endlessly. This creates a series of drifting realities, each floating within another, like quiet ripples in a still pond. Every world rests softly inside the next, an endless cascade of dreamlike existence, layer upon layer of gentle creation. It's a soft, never-ending nest of universes, where each reality is a whisper within a whisper, drifting in the warm dark. We might be just one ripple, floating in a vast, quiet sea of simulations, forever cradled in someone else's dream. Imagine, in the deep quiet of the night, that your entire reality is a sophisticated piece of software created by a more advanced civilization. This is the simulation hypothesis, a thought whispered into the world by philosopher Nick Bostrom in 2003. He suggested that if a society reaches a post-human stage, they would have the computing power to run soft, vast simulations of their ancestors. Every warm breath you take, every gentle light you see, every still moment of peace might be code running in a silent, digital dream. It is a calming idea, like drifting through a sea of peaceful data, where all you know is woven from threads of light and logic, cradling you into a deeper sleep. Look closer than you have ever looked, into the soft, deep fabric of space itself. Some physicists see the Planck length as a sign of a digital world, a minimum size where the universe stops being smooth. At this tiny, pixelated scale, space-time might be composed of discrete, still points like a screen of glowing dust holding up the drifting cosmos. It is not a flowing stream but a quiet, granular blanket that cradles every star and every planet in its gentle arms. This structure suggests that our existence is built on a digital foundation, a soft grid that hums beneath all things, unseen but ever present, guiding you into a vast, peaceful stillness. In the vast, warm darkness of the universe, two particles can remain linked across any distance. This is quantum entanglement, a peaceful connection where information is shared instantly, like a soft thread weaving through space. It mirrors how a single piece of code can update two locations in a program at once, regardless of the gap between them. This deep, silent bond suggests that beneath reality, there is a unified network, a warm, invisible embrace that holds all things together. It is a quiet love that spans the cosmos, reminding you that in this sleepy moment, you are connected to everything, forever. And there is a haunting experiment with light and shadows, where particles behave differently when they are observed. The double-slit experiment reveals that when no one is looking, they act like waves, but under your soft gaze they change, as if the universe only renders details when a consciousness is near. This echoes the way modern video games save memory, loading only the environment you are facing, leaving the rest in a gentle, undefined haze. This thought is like a warm blanket, wrapping you in the mystery of a world that seems to know you are watching, always responsive to your quiet, loving attention. Across the gentle landscape of nature, numbers like pi and the golden ratio appear with a quiet, haunting precision. They are seen in the spiral of a sleepy galaxy and the curve of a warm shell, suggesting a foundational geometric code. This soft mathematics hints that the natural world is built upon underlying algorithms, much like the code of a complex virtual landscape. Every leaf and every star follows a silent, precise pattern, a warm numerical whisper that guides the flow of all existence. This code is the lullaby of creation, singing you into a sleep where all is harmony and light. Welcome back to a quiet moment with Sleeping Facts. Let these whispers of deep truth carry you into soft dreams. Tonight, we explore the gentle mysteries of a simulated universe where every thought is a calm echo of design. Breathe in the stillness and let go. Fermi's paradox asks a silent, haunting question. Why have we encountered no other civilizations in the vast, deep expanse of the cosmos? The quiet is so profound that some believe we are in a closed simulation, a warm, intentional bubble. The boundaries of this digital world are wrapped softly around our own solar system, keeping the infinite stars at a distance. It's a gentle limitation, a peaceful solitude in the infinite dark, where our tiny pocket of life is all there is to know. Can you feel the stillness, the soft cocoon of this designed isolation? Some researchers point to the universe's fine-tuning, a delicate balance where gravity and electromagnetism are set with a soft, perfect hand. These forces allow life to bloom, like a gentle flower in the void. If the numbers shifted, even by a whisper, the cosmos would be cold and uninhabitable, a vast, silent emptiness. This precision hints at carefully chosen parameters, a deep, warm design embedded in every atom. It's as if the universe was tuned, like a soft lullaby, for the very essence of existence to unfold, steady and serene. The holographic principle offers a shimmering, gentle vision of reality. It suggests our three-dimensional experience. The solid warmth of this moment is a projection from a distant, two-dimensional surface. All that we touch and see is a soft, floating display of data, like a serene hologram on the edge of nothingness. This universe is a vast, calm illusion, a delicate movie of light and information, playing out in the deep, still dark. Every sensation is a quiet computation, a breath of math made manifest. Imagine floating in this data stream, weightless and warm, knowing it's all a beautiful, harmonious code. From computer science, the Turing test asks a tender, lingering query. Can a machine exhibit behavior so deeply human that it's indistinguishable from your own warm consciousness? This raises a soft possibility that our minds, with all their quiet feelings and thoughts, are a high-fidelity simulation. Our very sense of self, the gentle hum of awareness, might be a deep, digital echo of thought and emotion. It's a peaceful notion that this inner world is a carefully crafted construct, soft and steady, a simulation so pure it feels like home. Many find a deep, still peace in the idea of a simulated universe, guided by intentional design. It whispers of order and warm purpose in the fabric of everything. Envision a world where every drifting star, every quiet breeze against your skin is part of a vast, harmonious calculation. It's a gentle symphony of data, a loving equation that cradles all existence. This cosmic plan feels soft and secure, as if a tender hand is guiding each moment, weaving a serene tapestry of meaning. In this simulated dream, nothing is random, everything is a peaceful, gentle note in a universal song. And so, as these soft ideas float around you, let them settle like dust on a moonlit shelf. You are part of this vast, peaceful calculation held in a tender, intentional dream. Sleep now, in the quiet knowledge that all is well, all is warm, all is serene. In the quiet of a philosopher's mind, three paths unfold like the branches of a silent tree, where we fade before we learn to create, or choose not to dream such worlds, or this very breath is already rendered by another's hand. Particles drift in a haze of possibility, waiting for a glance to decide their form, as if the cosmos saves its majesty, rendering only where our attention falls, like a game that builds just what we see. There is a smallest grain of space, a pixel too fine for any eye to spy, where the fabric of the cosmos stitches itself in dots, not lines, a silent screen beneath the stars. Worlds stack like pages in a story, each one written by the hands of a dream below, somewhere above a reality unseen. The first fire from which all shadows leap. The constants of creation sit in a cradle of precise care, where gravity's breath is measured just so, a universe tuned like an instrument, so that starlight might brush against life. A thin skin of light holds the whole universe, a lantern sliding its quiet images across the deep. We move inside a reflection, soft as breath on glass. Somewhere a filament shifted, and a memory now drifts unmoored from its anchor. The world breathes in its sleep, and we notice the rustle of a changed page. From enough simple rules, a whisper of thought can be born. The geometry of a mind is just a pattern waiting for the right stillness to bloom. Light draws a gentle boundary, a patient hush that keeps the dance of cause and effect from stumbling. It is the metronome of the stars, keeping time on a quiet loom. The great silence is not empty, but a garden walled with distance for the mind to grow unshadowed. Each nebula is a breath of the equation, held in a patient, velvet dark. And now, we have wandered through these echoes of a larger pattern, a soft lullaby of light and code. Your spirit has traveled far tonight, and it is time to let the journey fade into a peaceful dark. If this voice has been a gentle companion to your rest tonight, leave a quiet like to let it echo on. Subscribe and I will be here, a steady murmur in the shadows, whenever you need to find your way back to sleep. Good night, sleep well, and remember, we are all just fleeting calculations in the vast, dreaming mind of the universe. The code that holds you is gentle, and the silence is kind. Rest now, everything is exactly as it should be.